you struggle to talk to people. You don't know what to say when the conversation starts, and you don't know how to end it. You don't know how to keep it going. And then when the other person asks you a question, you like stutter, I think it's cool. You start moving your hands a bit weirdly, and then you end the conversation because it just goes dead and you walk away, embarrassed. This is an experience that you, and so many other guys like us have had. And it's not even entirely your fault. This is an issue that I doubt any social skills YouTuber is ever going to talk about because it's a bit icky. It's kind of depressing to hear about, but it needs to be said. This is an issue that goes beyond, the 3 tricks to get any girl to like you, or these techniques will make anybody respect you and bow to your power, or something like that. No, I'm talking about something that's programmed your brain since before you can even remember. It's adverse childhood experiences. Now, when I say that, what comes to your mind? You think of some extreme cases or some traumatic events like, I was abused by my uncle and he beat me and threw me against the wall. No, that's not what adverse childhood experiences mean. An adverse childhood experience can be something as simple, as tiny as, when I was a child, sometimes my parents would shut me down when I tried to say something. And because of that, subconsciously when I'm an adult, I sometimes restrain myself because I think that what I say will be ignored or suppressed. Boom, right there. Doesn't that connect so many dots? Oh, you know what? Something like that may have happened as a child, and that may be why I struggle socially. And if you think that, that's for other people, studies show around 61% at least of adults have some signs of experiencing adverse childhood experiences when they were younger. So 61%, that's over half. So there is at least a pretty decent chance you have experienced some of this. Another one, for example, could be that when I was a child, I was encouraged to ask more about other people. I was asked to make sure their needs are met, make sure to please them, and not really focus on myself, how I'm doing, how I'm feeling. And that right there can cause a litmus. What is that word? Litany? Litmus? Whatever. Of issues related to self-esteem, self-doubt, fear of rejection. This stuff is insane if you dig into it. Children that had some sort of verbal abuse, oh my word, they have 3 times of a likely chance to develop some form of social anxiety, some form of rejection phobia. And this stuff is rampant in young men. Most guys, I'd say, have something like this. If you've talked to them, you may be one. I probably do have some. I haven't done the personal research. But this stuff is so ingrained in us that we never, unless I brought this up, most guys would never know that they have something like this. But it's simple for me to say all of this and just kind of put this information out into the ether and say that, you're probably traumatized in some way. No. But what I mean by this, first of all, is to identify the problem. Because if you think I may have some aspect of this, then I need you to be aware of that, first of all, because it may be impacting your social life a lot more than you think. But now, we need to actually heal from this. We need to actually move forward. Because you may know this, it's a very common idea in Stoicism that it may not be your fault, it may not be your actions that actually caused this. It probably wasn't. But it is your responsibility to fix this, or at least to move forward with this. That is what I think it means to be an adult. It's when you don't blame other people, you don't shirk their responsibility onto somebody else, onto the big daddy government or whatever. You need to work through this. No offense, but there are a lot of especially with girls, I've noticed this. They try to make some sort of trauma that they experienced in the past part of their personality. They bring it up on almost every conversation. You ask them, what are we gonna have for dinner? And start talking about, when I was 5 years old, my teacher told me I would never be a singer, even though it's what I really wanted to do, and traumatized me so much. It's like, I wasn't asking, bro. Okay, anyway. How are we gonna solve this? So it's gonna be a multi-step thing. And of course, this isn't gonna be overnight. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow a completely new person, obviously, you know that. So first of all, we're gonna need to master your mental battlefield. What do I mean by this? I'm sorry. I don't know why my leg is like numb right now. So first of all, what we're gonna be doing is mastering our mental battlefield. You see, our minds have been programmed, like through these adverse childhood experiences. So what we need to do is get down all the negative thoughts, all of the irrational beliefs that we have, limiting beliefs. Write them down on paper, and we're gonna come up with simple, logical arguments as to why each of them are incorrect. For example, let's say one is that I don't want to speak because people will be annoyed when I say something. Then the logical argument would be, people are so concerned with themselves that they would not care. Or for another one, let's say I don't want to speak because I don't want to draw attention to myself. Logical argument would be, any attention that I draw to myself will not harm me, will not give me any sort of negative feelings. And any person that makes me feel bad for drawing attention to myself is somebody I don't want to spend time with. You see, we're gonna break these limiting beliefs down one by one. Now that's the easy part. The actual difficult part is remembering them in conversations. And this is where step 2 comes in. So step 1, master your mental battlefield. Step 2, treat social skills like literally any other skill. This is a game, and you're starting from ground zero. So we're gonna need to level up. Every time you make some sort of progress, you have a conversation with somebody and it goes a bit better than normal. Maybe you laugh with somebody that you've only known once. Maybe you talk to a cute girl. These are skills. You are leveling them up and getting better. In fact, I started doing this a few years back, and it's such a unique experience. It feels like you're really kind of beating yourself. You're recreating yourself. You're improving yourself. And it's gonna take time, no doubt, dude. Like, duh. You wouldn't become a basketball player overnight. You wouldn't become a golfer overnight. You wouldn't become a good swimmer overnight. You're not gonna become a, Joe Charisma overnight. But the process is fun. It is enjoyable to make progress. So that's number 2. Next up, and in my opinion, the most important, number 3, which is we need to build the brotherhood. You see, studies have shown that humans are social creatures, and they will always, without doubt, thrive in social settings. But not just any, because you probably do go to social locations like school or work or college, but obviously you don't have a vibrant, good social circle. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be watching a video like this. So what we need to do is make sure that you are around people of your same gender, preferably, and people that you actually vibe with, that you share values with. And honestly, I'm going to create that. This journey that I'm on with these videos isn't just to raise awareness, but we're actually going to help solve the male loneliness epidemic. And I'm gonna create a brotherhood of my own with all of you. And we're gonna build each other up, where we can talk about these actual topics right here without fear of being called gay or weird or anything like that. Because those that call this gay or weird, guaranteed they are struggling so much more inside than you would even possibly imagine. So I'm gonna make this. It's coming. I'm not gonna give you an exact date because I don't know, but it will. That's actually why you should subscribe, because this video right here, it's the start of a movement. In fact, if you want an entire full guide about how to actually build your own mini brotherhood with people in your community, in the description down below, I have a full guide going from shy to socially charismatic for introverts in the description down below. So check it out. I think it'll be well worth your time. So that's it. The 3 steps to healing from this adverse childhood experience nonsense is mastering your mental battlefield. We're going to write down and remember all of these irrational beliefs that we have that were instilled in us. Number 2, we're going to treat social skills like a skill, constantly getting better, constantly improving, and watching ourselves level up. And then number 3, we're going to build a brotherhood of other people to build you up. And in the meantime, you can check the description for the program to build it in your own city, because mine is going to be worldwide, and you're included. So, I hope you find this helpful. Remember, take action, learn from failure. See ya.